Hey, I'm here with Dave and Ryan, Foreman, and Superintendent with Leidal Hart. What you guys got going on over here?
This is the majority of the work that you'll be doing when you join the Bricklayers Union and then come to a company like Leidal Hart. Cool. But this is the basic 8-inch block, main block that you'll be working with.
And that's on exterior buildings for exterior facades?
And interior schools. You know, most schools are all 8-inch block. You know, interior walls, hallways. You know, you see them, corridor walls, whatever you have.
So how did you guys get started in this trade?
I started when I was about 12 years old with a family friend, and then when I was 16, started laying brick, and then on a school release program.
I started as a laborer, which is a good way to start this trade because then you understand it. So my grandpa was a bricklayer, so I'm actually the 5th generation bricklayer in my family. I went into apprenticeship school right out of high school.
What's the process in getting into an apprenticeship?
Application, and then your interview, and then you find out, rather quickly. You know, especially now, there's a lot of a need for apprentices and a need for overall manpower in all the trowel trades. A union apprenticeship is your best route. You'll receive the most training, the most safety training, and finish your apprenticeship. Become a journeyman, because once you become a journeyman, you have a job wherever you go.
There's different ways to get into it too, because Ryan got in through the apprenticeship program, and I was a non-union bricklayer. You worked in that way for quite a few years, and then tested in to the union because I wanted to get make a better life for myself in that regard. There's a lot of interesting opportunities too in the masonry field. Right now we've got getting into it, say you're a little nervous and you don't want to put forth that 3 months of time right away, you can get into something we call an intent to hire, and we'd hire you at 60% bricklayer wages, which is, I don't know, it's right around low $20 an hour. So no background experience, no anything. We're going to hire you right around 20 bucks an hour, and you're a helper at that point. And you can see the trade, you can pick up the block, you can use the trowel, use the saws. And so you know if it's something that you're really interested in getting into. But then at that point too, you can see the other trades. There's electrical, there's plumbing, laborers, roofers, painters, all these types of things. Carpenters, yeah. Can't forget about carpenters, can we? But again, like Ryan was saying before, the sky's the limit on a lot of this stuff. Whether you want to go the route of being your typical bricklayer, being a foreman, superintendent, or being a caulker, a pointer. All those types of things are endless, and really it ends where you want it to end.
And when you speak on the opportunities, just with you guys, the different levels after you become a journeyman, you then can become a foreman and also a superintendent as well. Right. So what does your typical day-to-day look like on the job site?
Generally, we start 7 a.m. to 3:15. We'll start with safety meeting, stretch before we work, and then we work basically 2-hour intervals. So every 2 hours, then you get a 10-minute break. You know, and then you have your lunch, and then another break, and then end of the day.
What are some of the coolest projects you guys been on so far?
For me, one of the best, the top projects was the U of M football stadium. Growing up as a U of M fan, my parents had season tickets to the game. To go there every day, that was pretty exciting.
What about you?
Probably the same. Yeah, we were on the same job. Got to work on Spartan Stadium, which is fun being a U of M fan, but you know, you're working on Spartan Stadium.
So it sounds like there's a real sense of family in the working together.
When you get on a good crew, it's exciting to come into work in the day. You wake up ready to go into work, and you're happy when you go home. Ryan and I working together, we've tried to affect the crew in a good way. Hey, you're doing good work. That little teasing, we all have lunch together. That type of camaraderie, though, it lasts, and you don't want to leave that crew when you've got to go to a different job.
Attitude, attendance, and appearance. If you keep those 3 in mind, you're going to go far in this trade. Because not just your clothing appearance, the appearance of your work. Because ours is a visual trade. When you walk by a wall, you don't say, "Well, they laid that fast." You know, you say, "Oh, that looks good," or "That looks bad." Yeah. Right? So if they keep that in mind, the sky's the limit.